positive, feel-good radio. This is E-Radio.
It is so great to welcome back Heidi M on Greatness Coaching here on E-Radio. You will remember last year, just after we launched, we had a few episodes with Heidi of Greatness Coaching, how to improve your life and just look at life differently. And I'm so pleased to announce that she is back now. Let's call it Season 2. Heidi, hello.
Greatness Coaching Season 2. I love that, Eon, and it is fantastic to be back.
It is so good to have you. You work in TV, so that's why I'm doing the Season 2, because you will understand that better.
Yes, it completely resonates with me. Thank you.
It's good to have you back, Heidi. Today, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about staying positive in the current climate. This is the current state of affairs in South Africa. Load shedding, economic downturn, crime, and then, of course, the pandemic.
Yeah.
The fact that the government seems very slow in procuring our vaccines. And yes, and how to stay positive in this kind of current climate that we are experiencing. And then somebody said to me, how do you stay positive without becoming delusional?
Exactly.
Like you know, and then I wanted to just say, don't worry, you'll never become delusional. It's too hectic. Don't worry about that bit. That's the least of your worries, that you're going to become so positive that you'll be delusional. And you know what? If you do become delusional, good for you. Keep it like that. You'll be blissfully unaware.
I would love to get to that stage. It would be great.
So, Eon, I thought of 3 things that will definitely help you to stay positive in this current climate. And the first thing, and I've spoken about this before, but one cannot talk about this enough. And besides, we learn by repetition. So here we go. The words you say to yourself. The words you say to yourself, plus the pictures that you make in your head, those create your feelings. And no, we cannot control our feelings, but we can control our pictures that we see in our head, and we can control the words or the thoughts that we have, and that the words that we say to ourselves. Now, I just invite you to think about this for a moment. Every physical reaction that you have is preceded by a thought.
Yeah.
Think about this. If you are blushing, it's preceded by a thought like, I don't want to be on stage. Please don't look at me. Or I'm embarrassed to admit this. Or I don't or shouldn't be doing this. And then you blush. So your thoughts actually create this involuntary physical reaction. Think about, Eon, an erection. An erection is preceded by a thought, is it not?
Yes, unless you took some medication for it or something.
Even then, it's preceded by a thought. Even then, if you take that medication that we all know, we call it the little blue pill, right? It's not going to happen for you if you did not think about the correct thoughts to go accompany that erection before. Right. So even feeling hungry, you know, when they play the advertisements in the movies, when we could still go, I think we can go back to the movies. There's just not too many of us at one time.
Yeah.
When you see that big burger, it's like the size of a house in front of you. That is a massive picture in your head. What happens? You feel hungry, isn't it? You could have had a full-blown meal before that that movie, and then you smell the popcorn, and
Oof,
then
yeah.
you think about popcorn and you feel hungry. That's right. So you better tell yourself better words and make better pictures in your head. You can't expect to have pictures and words of doom and gloom. Oh, I suck. I'm such an idiot. I left my keys at home. Oh, this country is so miserable. I hate the government. If you are going to have those words and those pictures playing in your head all the time, you are going to be pretty miserable. So you better make better pictures and say better words to yourself. All right? That is the first way that you can change how you feel. The second one, we've all heard of fight or flight or freeze. Now, Eon, we still have our primitive brains. We have not lost our primitive brains. We have modern bodies and we function in a modern world, but we still have our primitive brains. If we saw a lion or a bear there on the plains and we see this animal, we would either flee or we would fight this animal. It would be rather stupid to fight the animal, but that is our instinct, right? Or the other instinct that we could have and apply is to freeze. Now, the thing is, nowadays, we are not confronted by wild animals. We are confronted by a beast called your inbox. You see all these emails, and what happens? You freeze. You seize up. You just sit there and you're thinking, I don't know how I'm going to get through this day. You're looking at your diary and you freeze. You can't fight it. You can't flee from it. You're surrounded by these things that make you then freeze.
Yeah.
So what do you do about that? You make a conscious decision to flow. So you need to decide for yourself. I am not going to freeze and freak out in front of my diary, my inbox, my children's homework, the commute back and to and back from work, helping my partner or my spouse with whatever they have to do, and then still have to look after myself and still do all my own responsibilities and then share your time. Of course, you will feel like you're going to run away or that you're going to freeze in front of this. I know the feeling all too well that you actually become lame when you see what is awaiting you for this day.
Yeah.
So what you need to do is make a conscious decision to flow through these responsibilities. And how do you do that? You chunk down. Don't look at everything on the whole. Look at small pieces of it. Take your responsibilities from top to bottom in your inbox, or top to bottom in your diary, or top to bottom in your to-do list. Chunk it down. Set small goals. That is how you chunk down effectively. Set small goals and then make sure that you reach each of these small goals one at a time. And that, Eon, is how you flow through your day and your responsibilities.
Awesome.
And then it's a beautiful thing. And as soon as you get also that visualization, that picture of you flowing through these things, then it takes us right back to number one, where you're making the correct pictures, beneficial pictures, better pictures for yourself. And then, Eon, the third one is an attitude of gratitude. Yes, I know some people were rolling their eyes right now, but let me tell you something. Gratitude is the highest frequency that a human being can vibrate on. or vibrate at. That is our highest frequency. So the sooner you adopt this attitude of gratitude, as cliche as you might think it is, the sooner you'll start vibrating at this perfect, wonderful, high, super high, highest frequency that a human being can vibrate at. And that in itself is life-changing in a positive direction. I just want to say one example of this attitude of gratitude. If you, for instance, are complaining about your commute to work, oh, this traffic is killing me, I hate this, and why can't people drive properly? And here in Johannesburg, the taxis are driving me insane, flipping ridiculous, I can't deal with this. Do you know how many people would give anything to have a job to go to? That in itself should make you very grateful. Do you know how many people would give anything to have a car to be stuck in traffic with?
Yeah.
And that alone. So those things in your life, those are the things that you can very easily start adopting an attitude of gratitude towards. And I promise you, my friend, if you employ these three things today, and it's so easy to do, it just takes a conscious decision, you are going to reach this evening and go to bed tonight already in a much, much better place than you currently are.
Love it. Heidi, thank you so much. This obviously will be a podcast as well. I'm going to put it on replay and just get it into my head.
Yes.
It's
because
brilliant.
The mind learns by repetition.
Exactly, as you said. Heidi, how do we get in touch with you?
Please, yes, I would love to hear from you. I'm on Facebook, and that is Greatness Coaching with Heidi M, and I'm on Instagram at Greatness Coaching. I would love to hear from you.
Great, and I can't wait to hear from you again next week, Heidi, because we're going to talk about online dating and this increasing phenomenon called ghosting. It's happening to everybody.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Same here.
I'll see you again next week. Keep well, Ian.
Thanks, Heidi. You too. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Cheers.